Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Joy's DIYs. Today's DIY is going to be a really quick and easy DIY. We are going to be making Glam fall pumpkin candle holders. Okay, the materials that you're going to use, as you can see, I already have my leaves here. These are some leaves that I got from my backyard, and I'm going to seal them with some Mod Podge. I already did the fronts, as you can see. Once they're dry, I'm going to flip them over. I'm going to seal them with more Mod Podge on the back. I have two different types of leaves. So we are also going to be using this fishbowl vase, which I picked up a while ago at Dollar Tree, as well as these two votive candle holders that I picked up from Dollar Tree a while ago. So my glass is already clean. Also, for this DIY, I am using several different colors of glitter. I have some gold glitter, I have a copper colored glitter, and a bronze, well, not bronze, it's like a brown color, as well as some iridescent glitter, because I want the materials to pop. So basically what I did is I just took all of those glitters, mixed them in together, and that's what it's going to look like. I'm hoping you can see that. Let me see if I can, look how shimmery that is. So, and I just wanted to jump back in and say that I am not going to be using glitter or paint on my leaves. I want them to remain green, just to add that pop of nature and realisticness to the actual projects. So I'm going to leave them green, and the Mod Podge that I'm using is the satin finish. I don't know, let me see if I can repurpose that, reposition that. It's the satin finish, so this is why the leaf looks satin shiny. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that to the back as well, and add some of the Mod Podge there. And this is just to keep the leaf from drying out and remaining flexible. Now if you want your leaves to remain flexible and not dry out and crumble up and all of that, you can use Mod Podge, but there is also another technique that you can use by placing the leaves between two pieces of wax paper. Once you do that, you apply a thick piece of paper or some type of a towel and heat it up with an iron. That way the leaf will seal in between the wax paper, and you just trim out the wax paper, leaving some of the wax paper towards the edge, and that way you have a perfectly preserved leaf. But I'm just going to do it this way. Like I said, I want it to remain flexible, I want it to move, but I also want to preserve it so it doesn't dry out. Okay, so like I said, for this process, I'm just using the satin finish Mod Podge. I already put some in the bowl, and I just dab my brush in it like so. I hold the leaf by the stem, which I'm not going to keep, and you just brush the Mod Podge on there. And you want to be generous with it, because you don't want, again, you don't want your leaf to dry out. So I'm being very generous with the Mod Podge. Okay, and I just pull it up. Like I said, the other side's already done, so I'm just going to sit that here. Okay, and this is what your leaves are going to look like. I know some of them are out of frame. I'll pull them back a little bit so you can see. This is the back that I did, so I'm going to let that dry, and you'll be able to work with them. And again, I did Google this, so they won't dry out and crumble on you immediately. I'm not exactly sure. This is my first time doing this, so I'm not exactly sure how the technique is going to hold up. But now I'm going to let those dry. I'll come to our glass. I'm not going to paint these. because they are going to be candle holders. So I'm just going to apply a nice coat of the glitter on there because I want the light to be able to reflect through them. So I'm not going to paint them. They're just going to be covered with the glitter and the Mod Podge. So I'll come back and I'll show you that process. Okay, so while my leaves are drying, I just want to show you the process of doing the first bowl. So like I said, I did add some water to this, to this Mod Podge, but we're just going to be adding very light applications of the glitters. And I think I might go in and add a little bit more Mod Podge because this is a little thin and I don't want it to run, which it's doing right now. So I'm just going to be adding, like I said, thin coat with the glitter. Unfortunately, the glitter is not spreading. It's staying more on my brush than it is on the fish bowl. Oh wow, look what I just did, guys. That is totally done. So now I gotta go find a new fish bowl because I just broke it. I didn't even realize it was cracked. So that is done. This is what happens when you record, and I'm not gonna edit this out because this is what could possibly happen. So I'm gonna go find another fish bowl. Okay, so again, I have to go and find new fish bowl candle holders, vase. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the process with the smaller ones. So this is already like a brownish color on the inside. So I'm just gonna apply the glitter. Like I said, I did add more Mod Podge and more glitter to it. Again, I want these to be able to see the light reflect through it, so I'm not going to make the glitter really thick, but I am going to apply a generous amount of the glitter, so it's going to be kind of sporadic on it. So I'm just dabbing it on here right now just so I can get the glitter on here. I'm not going to sprinkle any on here because I don't want it again to be... Okay, so as you can see, I've already done the first coat and I missed the spot, but I'll go back and fix that. And I'm just going to sit it here, let it dry. It's running a little bit on me and I'll be able to clean that up, but like I said, I don't want the glitter to be too thick because I want you to be able to see the light reflect through it. So hopefully I'll find something else to do with this. But for right now, because I'm going to be using it again, I'm just going to cover it up with this paper so it doesn't dry up on me. Okay, so we're back. So I just wanted to show you, I did go ahead and completely cover the votive holder. When I was looking at it, it was looking really patchy. So I did go ahead and cover it. And again, it does have all of the colors that I informed you of. The iridescent, the copper color, the bronze color, as well as the gold, which gives it a brighter shine, sparkle to it. Okay, so I did both of the votive cups. Okay, so I'm going to place those to the side. And here, I was not able to find another fish bowl, so I had this on hand. So we are going to make this one work. Okay, so we're going to grab our paintbrush. That's what I'm using, and I normally keep mine in water after I use it with the Mod Podge so it stays soft. And I forgot to cover this up, guys, so it got a little thick. So I'm just going to stir it up a little bit. Okay. And again, we're going to go in with the Mod Podge and the glitter, and we're just going to paint the entire thing with the Mod Podge and the glitter mixture. And we're going to go over this again with more glitter. And this time, the glitter that I'm going to be using, bear with me, I want to grab that really quick. I'm not exactly sure where I got this glitter from. I believe it was from Walmart, but this glitter is not only gold, but it also has the copper colored glitter mixed in with it. So I'm going to see if you guys can see this. If you can see the difference, you see the different colored glitters in there? And I thought that was awesome for this DIY. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the Mod Podge and glitter on here, and then I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle this over it. So I'm just going to do the bowl part in the bottom now, and then I'll go up at the top and finish that. So since this DIY has changed because I accidentally broke my fish bowl, I got to figure out something to do with this here. So you guys are creating right along with me today. Alright, so I already covered it with Mod Podge, so I'm going to set that there. I'm going to put my brush back into the water so it doesn't, and I'm just going to use this bowl right here with the glitter in it, and again I'm just going to sprinkle. Can you tell the difference in it? Not really, right? So this one has 4 different glitters in it, and this one only has the one that I showed you previously before applying the glitter. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to go back in with the mixture, and I'm going to cover it with the, seal it with the Mod Podge and glitter mixture so it doesn't fall off. So we're going to move this glitter mixture over here, and we're going to come here. So like I said, we're going to make candle holders out of these pumpkin candle holders. So I have this rhinestone wrap or ribbon wrap that I had purchased at Hobby Lobby. Now in my previous uploaded video I showed you a different style of this ribbon wrap, but this ribbon wrap, as you can see, it has this like silicone flexible clear that the gem or the rhinestones are set in. So I love this ribbon. Again, I purchased this at Hobby Lobby. So what I'm going to do with this is we are going to create a pumpkin theme. Okay, so I'm going to go on the sides with this and kind of create a pumpkinish style with it, if that makes sense. Again, guys, I am not a fall person, so I'm really trying to work with this. So just bear with me and here, because I don't want it all over the place. Okay, that's dried up. Alright, gonna take a little bit of E6000 and I'm just gonna go and smooth it around the edge here. You know, but if you don't mind getting your hands dirty, then you can always take your finger, like I'm about to do, and just smooth it around. Alright. And then you're going to take your rhinestone and you're going to go around And yes, this is going to be very difficult because of the fact that the E6000 is not tacky enough yet to hold it. Alright. Okay, so it looks a little crazy right now, right? But I'm about to show you the best part about this. Okay guys, it's going to get a little bit noisy, so bear with me. Like that. All right, so it's still not completely perfect, and that's because it's still wet underneath, but you get the gist of it. So there you go. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit more E6000, and I should have closed this up, guys, and I didn't. And just a quick, I just want to put a disclaimer out there. If you guys would prefer for me not to talk during my tutorials, please leave that in the comment section of the video. I like to talk while I work, so I like to feel like I'm interacting with you. That's why I talk, and that's why you see all this hand movement. But if you guys would prefer me not to talk and just have the video on silent, then just let me know in the comment section below. So I'm just going to rub some E6000 down here, okay, where I'm going to be placing the rhinestone, right here, and I just go down like that, okay, make sure it's straight as possible, okay, and like I said, we're just going to go around and try to create a little pumpkin. Okay, and this is what it should look like so far. But I think I made this one a little bit too wide. But we're going to do a little something else to that just to make sure it gives it a pumpkin feel to it. Okay, so I went on in and I put my leaves on. Alright. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding this Yotally Dazzled brooch right here. So I decided to come back and add another touch to it. It's not going to be attached, but just sitting on top because I wanted to give it that pumpkin feel. So I'm going to be sitting this Yotally Dazzled brooch on the top. Remember, this is a Tealight holder, candle holder, or a you can use the LED lights to put in there, or I wouldn't suggest any flames in here due to the Mod Podge and the gems on here, but this is what I decided. Okay, so I went back in and I said I wanted to make it look more pumpkinish, so I added where I had the double strips here, I added single in between just to break up the space. So the big larger portion of this DIY. So number one, in the last frame I showed you, let me cover this up, I don't want this to stick, that I was going to be working with this vase because as you've seen earlier in the video, I broke my fishbowl. So I was sitting here and I was trying to figure out how I could make this look like a pumpkin. Initially, I said I was going to apply this on the top, cover it all the way around with the leaves, but that's not going to work. So what I decided is I am going to use this as a base. Okay, so we're going to start with that. I'm going to apply E6000 in the center so it adheres. Okay, well, maybe a little bit more so it stays adhered, should I say. Lighten that up a bit. Okay, and then I'm going to go around the bottom here with some hot glue. So it will allow me to continue to work while the E6000 dries. Alright, so we're going to center that, put that right there. Okay, and that's what that's going to look like. Decided to do is, again, I want this to be a fall DIY. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to, instead of having these leaves draped around it, I'm going to put them inside of it. And how I'm going to do that is, number one, I'm going to start with this flexible floral wire from Dollar Tree. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the leaf, I'm going to turn it over, and I am going to follow the leaf from about, not here, not all the way to the tip, but a little bit lower, about here, and I'm going to hot glue it down, and then I'm going to follow the stem of the leaf like so, and leave some on the end because I'm going to stick it inside styrofoam. Alright, so we're going to start with this one. Okay, as you can see, I've already bent this portion of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some hot glue and I'm going to go down the vein of this leaf right here to the stem, and then I'm going to take the floral wire and I'm going to press it onto the leaf like that. Okay, see, just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to go back, flip it back over. I'm going to turn it this way so I can see, and I'm going to go down the stem of the leaf the same way I did on the vein. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to press the wire onto that. Okay, webbing, right? And I'm going to take the end of it and press it on like that. And that's what it should look like. All right. And what I'm going to do is, once these dry, once I complete them all, I'm going to take them and I'm going to place them inside here on some styrofoam. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these up, and I'll come back and show you what they look like. Okay, and here is the large vase. So I just want to show you that that's what it is. I put some gold beads around the bottom just to fill in that space. And this is how I decorated it. Again, I am not a fall person, so I am like trying to put this together as best I can. But I am going to do one more embellishment, and that's going to be right here in the center of the pumpkins. And I'm going to be using, I'm not sure if I want to use a large brooch or a small one. I'm thinking a small brooch in the center, I'm not sure.